know how people start these things. I don't even remember how I started my first two. But I'm just gonna be talking. And I'm gonna be eating my ramen. I feel like an influencer. Because they usually have these like really big cup things. No book rant because I haven't really finished this book yet. And yeah, I'm actually writing my annotations for Game Changers. So far, it's doing pretty good. Check out my little book. It's so cute. It's so cute. And the back has, so cute, so cute. I've just been writing about, I haven't even got like halfway through the book from like what I've been annotating. So I'm gonna have a lot to talk about. But I'm having trouble writing my fan fiction. Yes, sorry, fan fiction. I'm scared to put the link, but I think I'll just link it there. There's only 5 chapters, and I don't know how to start the 6th one. I've just been having trouble writing it in general, just cause it's of Supernatural. I know I've only been talking about Heated Rivalry, but then again, I only have 2 videos. But what can I say? What can I say? I am in a lot of fandoms. Like let's just look at my computer. It doesn't have fandoms actually. This is damn. I only now realize that it's just like cars. I have Toy Bonnie on my touchpad, but it's charging, so I'm a little scared to show you. There's like gorilla posters over like right behind you guys, like Gorillaz the band, you know. But I don't know. I'm not really good with like. I saw an interview with Rachel Reed, and she was saying how she writes her stories is that she just kind of sits down and thinks, and then she writes. She just like sits down and then starts a conversation with the characters and then goes on from there. And that works for her. And for a little bit, that worked for me. And then now I'm just like struggling. And okay, so how I do it is I write a chapter. And then once I'm done with that chapter, I start writing halfway through of the 2nd chapter while I'm editing the 1st chapter. And then once I'm done, I upload it. And then I work on the 2nd chapter, rinse and repeat. I just kind of finished the 5th chapter and then just uploaded it, and I didn't edit it. And now I'm like regretting it because I'm reading it back and I'm like, this could use some changes, or this could have been added. But now I'm starting chapter 6. I'm like lost because I don't know what to do. I mean, it's fluff. It's not spicy or anything because like I can read spicy books, but I can't write them. I wish this was like a podcast so I can just like have someone else talking with me. But there's no one here. There's no one here. I'm going crazy, guys. I'm going crazy. Oh yeah, Dean's here. I mean, we could have him talk. I mean, he's just a pillow, so he can't talk, but he's so sexy. I'm gonna see if I can like keep him standing. Thank you to Pikachu. Keeping him standing, I think. Yes, this is my buddy, my friend. He's gonna be talking with us today. I want to give a summary of actually, I don't want to give a summary because I'm going to talk about like the lore of my fanfic, and then I'm going to give away what's happening, and I want to do that. I'm just lost. I'm 16,000 words in, which I'm really proud of myself for that actually. And I'm 25 pages. Yeah, 25 pages in, so that's super awesome. Also, I don't know if you noticed, but I didn't actually put any of like the hot sauce in it. I don't like it. It's too spicy. Too spicy. It's just not my thing. It's just not my thing. But yeah. So I'm just gonna talk a little bit about this. I'm not gonna talk about the story or what I think of it because I'm still only halfway through. They haven't really even got together, the 2 characters. For a book so small, they're going really into detail, so I actually really appreciate that. I don't know, it's a very like mundane story. Like nothing bad has happened to the characters, like compared to the first like Game Changers and Heated Rivalry. I actually quite like it. I was a bit judgy at first because some of the characters that I'll get into in another video, but it's not that bad. The cover art could be better, you know? I really do not like these cover arts. It's so bad. Cover art is just terrible. I don't like how there's no line art. It doesn't really depict the characters like at all. Like they don't look like that in the book. The hockey guy is supposed to have like long-ish hair. I would say like my length hair. Obviously probably not the same style, but like short, not too short, but not too long. And he's supposed to have like a long beard. It's just not there. And then never in the book, as far as I read it, has Fabian worn pink. And I don't know. I don't like it. I'm just not a fan, you know. Yeah, then I've had art block for like the longest time ever recently. And it sucks. I did paint something really pretty though. Like pretty recently. It's like I got the reference off of Pinterest. I'm not sure where the original thing is from, but right now this is just a demo. I got like the colors that I want down so far. I just need to make it make sense because it's just too much color. It's like an eyesore. I need to make things make sense. But yes, it's kind of reminding me of Vi and what was her name? Katie? I don't remember. From Arcane. I think it's just the color scheme. But those are my two OCs. They look nothing like that. I'm trying to like reimagine them, but that's just a demo for like I'm gonna repaint it soon enough. First time I drew them, they were very stylized in a completely different style. I was watching the show called Daria, so I was kind of inspired to like go outside of my own, you know, like usual art style. But yeah. And then yeah. Summer's starting, so I'm out of school, which is awesome. Awesome. I don't have summer school, which is amazing. So now I have more time to read, and then I can get into more books. It's really funny because my abuelita, she was saying like, oh, we should just get you a bookshelf. And I think I might need a bookshelf because I have so many books. I've been buying a lot of books recently, but it's only because of the series. I do have a few books that I haven't actually read, but it's only because I've been reading these, and I've been finishing these really, really quickly. But once I'm done with the series, I will get to those books. I usually, yeah, so I have like Catching Fire from the Hunger Games series, the second Percy Jackson book. I have Red Dragon, which is a part of the Hannibal series. I have like the Frankenstein book. Some of these are secondhand. And then I have, oh my gosh, I have like a bunch of the gosh, what's it called? Fazbear Frights. I have a bunch of the Fazbear Frights books. I have like a whole series, not the ones with like the shark in it, but just a bunch. And then some books I want to reread because I didn't fully like understand it in my like initial read. So I have a lot to get to this summer, and I'm hoping I can finish all these books by the end of the summer. And I'm sure I can, because I originally thought that I was like this really, really, really slow reader. But nope, just reading is a mindset. You just gotta shut off everything else and just focus on what you're looking at on a page. And I figured it just works for me. It just worked. And then now I'm understanding other authors' way of like writing their books, and then I'm adopting some of those tendencies and those certain kinds of like I've been reading a lot of Heated Rivalry, and I love how Rachel Reed expresses emotion through words. I love it so much. It's very intricate, but it's really digestible. And I realized that as I was writing towards the end of my the 5th chapter, it was quite similar the way I was writing. I almost felt like I was like reading a really weird like chapter from one of the books, you know? So that was pretty cool. Obviously, I'm just I just write as a hobby. I do want to adapt the fan fiction that I'm writing, but like into a book. But here's the thing: a lot of what I've been writing is based off in a pre-existing universe, supernatural, and I don't want to take the supernatural lore and then put it into my own book. I want to like make it. I want it rooted in reality. I'm not sure how I'm supposed to do that, but I think it'll be an interesting journey. And I do want to make it like sapphic. I hope I'm using that word correctly. Like I want it to be lesbians. Who you calling a lesbian? Yeah, cause honestly, you know what? There are too many gay stories. There are too many gay men, too many gay shows, too many gay movies. There's like hardly any like. What I mean by that is like there's too many mainstream gay men stories. And here's the other problem. They're always white or European. You know? You see what I'm calling, you smell what I'm stepping in. I hardly ever see, specifically in Western movies. I'm sure there are other, you know, like gay like shows and movies that are like rooted in Mexico or like other places around the world. But I never see that in Western films, you know? And if it is, it's just implied or they're just the side characters, you know? But there's no representation for other queer people. It's either just gay or lesbian. But even then we hardly see any like lesbian movies or shows. And when we do, sometimes it's not as great. I don't know. Yeah. And then like they're always like white girls too. I feel like especially with like lesbian stories, you never really see like people of color. Or I might just be misremembering, but I hardly see any women of color. And I'm not complaining about this, but I just want more diversity. Because it's always black gay guys, or it's like an interracial couple. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I think when people say they want more diversity, they think, let's just add more black people. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. But where are the Latinos, you know? Where are the Latinos? Like, where are the dark-skinned Latinos? Where are the light-skinned Latinos, you know? I'm not complaining, and I'm not saying there shouldn't be black gay representation. Because I'm going to be honest, there aren't any of those as well. There just needs to be more... There needs to be more gay representation of colored people. And honestly, this makes me excited for season 2 of Heated Rivalry. Everything comes back to Heated Rivalry, okay? And hear me out. I'm getting there. The only book that involves colored people, in my opinion, that's like one of the main characters of the series is this book. Because for sure in Game Changers and in like all the other books, there are side characters that are people of color. And they don't feel like forced representation because they're just characters and they have like they don't seem like they're like forcing anything, you know? Like they're just there, like they're normal people, yeah, right. But the main characters are just white. And it makes sense because it's in Canada. But, you know, There's colored people everywhere. There's people of color everywhere. That made me sound really racist. I said colored people. You know what I mean? There's people of color everywhere. And they did one episode for Game Changers because Heated Rivalry is 2 books right now, and there's going to be a 3rd book. So it makes sense that they would have a whole show about them. And now it's making me wonder, are there going to be like just one episode that revolve around the other books? And I'm kind of hoping that they do that for Tough Guy. Although I'm honestly, like, so far it just seems, you know what? No, I just want like all the books to be involved. All the books, they're all in the same universe and they all collide. They mentioned Ilya. Ilya was talking to him. I don't remember about what. I'll do a video on it. But you know, all the books are they're interlinked. And so I'm just hoping that we get that representation. And I'm wishing, I'm hoping, I'm manifesting that they don't make him look like James Charles. They don't, like, I'm just hoping, I'm wishing, I'm praying that they don't do that. I want them to actually get a person, like, okay, I've never seen the show, but Young Royals, I saw someone saying like, oh, this is how I see Fabian. And it was one of the main characters from Young Royals. And I was like, wait, that makes sense. And that low key, I see that too. I'm hoping they get like a pretty color, I need to think before I speak. I hope they get a pretty man, period, that fits the description of Fabian and like not go off this cover. And I know for a fact that they are going to go based off the description because of the fact that Rachel Reed herself is working on this and she helped with the casting. Like, she made sure that the casting was true to the book. So I'm very happy. I'm very, very happy that this is like, you know, I'm so happy, huh? I don't know. I hope we get to see more of these characters, low-key. I've heard really good things about the one called Role Model. There's one guy, he does like, he's done like Heartstopper impressions. And that was really funny, because he's like, Charlie. And it was really accurate. But he's been doing like skits on like Role Model. And I was like, this looks really fun. I can't wait to get to this book now. His content is just really good in general. I can't remember the guy's name for the life of me. But he's a cool British guy, yeah. I don't know how to write little kids. In my fanfic, I'm trying to write Sam. He's a 14-year-old boy. But like, I don't know how to write his character. I don't know how to write his arc, because he's having like a whole arc where stuff is going on with like the demon's blood and things like that. I don't know how to write it. I have a planned out story, and like it's like the reason why I'm having him be like a subplot is because something is gonna happen at the climax that involves Sam using his powers and things like that. I just don't know how to carry on this book or this fanfic. I'm struggling so hard and I'm so tired. I mean, no one's forcing me to write this. I just want to. I just don't want to disappoint either. I want to write something that I enjoy and that my small audience of 300 readers enjoy. You know? So I'm hoping I can figure that out soon. But yeah. This is really cold. It's getting pretty cold. What do you think, Pillow Dean? My tío, my gunkle, he got me these pillowcases from a thrift store. Never been happier in my life. There's one of, obviously Dean, and there's one of Sam. I wish it came in like a set of 3 so we can get Cass. I love Supernatural so much. I don't know if you can already know if you're in the fandom of Supernatural, but my fanfic is a Destiel fic, and I like it. There's some cute moments. Oh, I actually did some fan art of myself, of my own fic, so that's really cool. It's right here, actually. I have something for you. She's got a gun. It's a letter, Lisa. Okay, hold on. I can't find it. For some reason, when I was like painting it, I just forgot which way my book went because I only paint on one side. I don't flip it around and then paint on the other side. And then I ended up painting it upside down. So when I turn it, I see it like this, but it's like this. This was actually a moment at the end of chapter 5. So cute. So cute. They're like my little boys. They're not little boys. They're like 18 and 19. Hashtag Dean is definitely a super senior. He did not graduate. He did not graduate. Oh yeah, the whole reason why Dean is a super senior is, and he's still at school, even though if you know about the character Dean, he would not go back to school. It's because him and his dad need to lay low, and the only one like who would normally be at school is Sam. He doesn't want to raise suspicion, so Dean is forcibly a super senior. He doesn't want to be there. He actually ends up just skipping all the time. It's pretty cool though. I'm reminiscing of Hannibal, the show from 2013 on NBC. Or was it ABC? I don't know. Oh, my abuelita's outside. So cute, so cute. That was a good show. That show was so good. Really, it was really homoerotic. It's really homoerotic. Will and Hannibal were really gay for each other. Like, bad. Also, Hannibal did not need to be touching Will that many times. When he was having a seizure, why was he just like, why are we doing that? Why are we doing that? And then, like, when he force-fed him an ear, and he stuck the tube down his throat, first of all, didn't need to stick the tube down his throat. Could have given him, he could have chopped up the ear, put it in like Will's food and had him eat it, because then that already incriminates him. That makes him seem that he's already eating people, you know? Because first of all, who the heck would eat a full ear? I mean, I really don't know why I'm questioning this, because like cannibals are cannibals, but like Will isn't a cannibal. I don't know, it just makes sense, you know? Back to what I was saying. When he was shoving the tube down his throat and he stuck the ear down and he pulled it out, why was he just groping his face? Seems a little unnecessary much. I don't know. Oh yeah, and they had that weird scene where they were just like, they look like those aliens. I hope I can put one up there. Alien. Yeah. I don't know. Really weird. Really weird. Ugh, I'm really upset. I want to write. I really want to write. Oh, wait. I'm channeling my English teacher. She loves Hogwarts so much. She loves the Harry Potter series. I saw someone who was like, we need to bring back like quote unquote cringy fanfics. And I really want to do a Harry Potter AU of Heated Rivalry. Peak literature. I'm gonna be honest. I myself am a Hufflepuff. I'm not a Potterhead. I'll have you know. I just like the movies, and I know a lot of trivia, and I know what house I'm in. My favorite movie is just the first one, but it's a good movie franchise, other than the fact that J.K. Rowling is a TERF and I don't like her, but that's okay. That's why people, I'm not saying I do this, but that's why people pirate movies. I do not condone this. I do not condone pirating movies. other than that, I feel like there aren't that many problems with like the world. I mean, there are some plot holes, there are some interesting things, like the fact that some little kid's his name is Kingsley Shacklebolt. Crazy. Other than that, I don't see why Harry Potter gets hate. It's not that bad of a book, or the books are way better than the movies. They have so much whimsy. They're so good. They're so incredibly good. Oh yeah, but as I was saying, I would totally make a Harry Potter AU. I think I just make it a one shot and then call it a day. I don't know what the premise would be. Oh wait. Wait, this makes sense. Okay. So Elia 100% sure would be Slytherin. And I'm thinking that Shane would be Ravenclaw. And I'm only saying that because he works hard. He works hard for what he got, you know? Cause here's the thing. If Shane was a Gryffindor, that would just be Hudson Williams. Doesn't make sense. Because what I've seen is that, you know, we've seen the three main characters of Harry Potter. They're brave. They're adventurous, right? I'm not saying that Shane isn't adventurous. He sticks to a really boring routine, and that's probably partially because of the fact that the character is autistic. But he does work hard for what he's got, and he does think a lot. And Hufflepuff, their characters, they're kind of silly. They're silly. Not like, I mean, they can be serious, but they're usually really, they're fun. They're really fun to be around. This is my thought process. Ravenclaws are very intelligent. Slytherins are bullies. Gryffindor, they're just I just thought of this. Hold on. That's right. Gryffindors are main character, you know? And then Hufflepuff are the comical characters. You see what I mean? So that's all I can think of. That's why I think Shane is most definitely. Ooh, and then how would the story build from that? Is what I'm trying to get at, you know? How would the story go? Because, okay, hear me out. They're just Hogwarts, right? So we have a place. Now, what about the plot? How would that work? Quidditch is just like the SNL skit. Oh my god. It's exactly like the SNL skit. No way. Oh my gosh, this is really funny. I don't know if you know this, but SNL did a skit on Harry Potter, but he did Rivalry basically. And it was Harry Potter and Ron playing Quidditch. I just remembered that we got flashed with one of their guys' butt. I think it was Finn Wolfhard. Yeah, he played Harry Potter. He was the guest. Okay, so now we have a premise. So yeah, they're rival Quidditch players. This makes sense. Okay, this is starting to make sense. Now what? I'm just trying to think out loud. I have no idea how this would progress. So the rival, yeah, I mean, I feel like it's just kind of self-explanatory because, you know, yeah, Slytherin are the bullies. And then, wait, what if Elia notices that Shane is kind of smart and that he's really good at playing Quidditch, and so he's like, hey, can you tutor me? Oh, this is peak. Is this peak? Is this peak? Is this peak? And they start to grow closer to each other because Ilya feels bad. He wouldn't want Shane to do his work, even though he's kind of a bully sometimes. And so he was like, hey, can you just teach me? And then as they start playing Quidditch together, because Ilya's like, wait, you're kind of good, teach me your ways. Guys, this is peak. It's just the entire plot of Heated Rivalry, but told in the Harry Potter. Oh, I'm on a roll. Oh, I'm on a roll. Yeah. Yeah. I'm kind of bored now. I was gonna write, but I have nothing to write. And then I was gonna read, but I can't really read. Ooh, I shouldn't do audiobooks. I'm a terrible reader, like out loud. I stutter so bad when I start reading. Either that or I get my words mixed up and then my tongue ties and like blah, 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 the entire time. Ooh, I just remembered I just saw the Backrooms movie yesterday. That was a good movie. It was really scary, actually. I mean, the whole time I was in the theater, I just felt anxious. There were no jump scares. There was a chase sequence, but there was no jump scare. It was kind of just there already in your face. And I guess there was one jump scare, but it's not presented as a jump scare, you know? Like, no one leaped at you. It showed the backside, and then, boom, next scene, you just see the character. So that was really interesting. I really like the idea of Kane Pixel's Backrooms, on how it's like the Backrooms itself is an entity and it's trying to remember our world, but it can't really remember it. So things are distorted and things like clip through it. Or like the Backrooms can like feel, because there was this one part where the main character was going through this room and there's two pairs of shoes and a parrot like clipped through the floor and like a king's chair. Earlier in the movie, he was filming a commercial. The chair he was sitting in, exactly the same, and the two pairs of shoes were the shoes that his two employees were wearing, and he fell, and the shoulder that the little parrot was on also hit the ground. And it was like, it was trying to like recreate that scene, but it didn't fully load. Like, I remember hearing someone explain the Backrooms as if like a video game. Like, usually there's always like a video game, or in a video game there's usually like this one place where it's like all the things that didn't load, or if you like you can clip through things, basically. That's basically what the Backrooms is. Like, that's like the, if you were to break it down, it just makes sense, you know? Or, gosh, they showed like two scenes where it was like a house and then went deeper and deeper and deeper. And it was like, it's like if you saw one thing and then try to draw it out and then it just kind of like lost it. It's like generation loss. This is actually really funny because I'm in a fandom called Generation Loss, and it uses the same exact like meaning, but in a different sense. And I don't want to get too much into that. But generation loss, if you don't know, it's used to explain like VHS tapes. So people would people would copy VHS tapes, usually just to like have another copy, like of an episode, right? So you have your own copy, or like a movie. But the more you copy it, the more it loses. The more you copy something, the more it loses like the way it looks. It gets more fuzzier, it gets more statikier. And if it already has static, the static gets more obvious until you can't hear it and you can't see what's on the screen. It's just unrecognizable. That's exactly what the Backrooms are. And that's what those little scenes were, is that it was showing you a living room. And then next one, things are clean. right? Like, let's say the room is dirty. The next one, it's the same room, same feel. It's just slightly cleaner, you know? And then it does it again. The chair's off. The chair's in a different place. And the next one, there's 3 chairs. Or it's like if you were on like an editing software and you like stretched it out, or you put it really thin, or it just like fully went through the floor. And then it goes like down to like foundation. It's just the room. It's down to simple shapes. And then, oh, there's a crack in the wall. It's now just a full doorway. It was really interesting to watch. Gosh. And then people were like, oh, the movie sucked. What? What are we talking about? What are we talking about? I don't get it. I don't get why people don't like it. It was a good movie. I feel like if you don't understand it, maybe you don't like it. But if you don't, I think it's interesting how people don't get it, you know? Because there really is no plot. There's no plot, and there's nothing to get. And that's what people don't understand. The only thing to understand is, like, there's no villain. There is no villain. The Backrooms isn't even a villain. Actually, there is a villain, and it has nothing to do with the Backrooms itself. It's just the character Clark. He's the villain. And I actually, you know what? I thought this was really interesting. The advertisement showed Clark as like the main character. And then his therapist as like a side character. And what's really interesting is that they're both the main character, but just in 2 different points of the movie. In the first half of the movie, Clark is the main character, and we're following through his perspective. And then once he gets lost in the back rooms, we get the therapist. Her name is Mary. We get her perspective. And then we watch her perspective for the rest of the movie, even though Clark is with her. And I think that's really interesting. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that, unless it's like deliberately showing different perspectives, like of a story, so you get the whole thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like some shows do that, like cartoons. I even did it in my fanfic. But that was more like, it was more natural in a sense. Like there were no inner monologues. It was all visual. Well, I think that's just where I'm gonna end the video. Kind of like very abrupt. But I have nothing to talk about. I don't know what else to talk about. And I finished my ramen. And I kind of want to read. So if you want to, ooh, I need to chill out. If you want to watch me rant, you should hit that follow button and share my videos. Please don't bully me.